Mate.
Look at that. That's the bill. Make sure you put a big thank you out to Bentleigh.
Yep.
And Vice President Costa.
Costa?
Vice President Costa.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kingston Heath Soccer Complex for the round 6 clash between your Bentleigh Greens and Preston Lions. Please stand by for tonight's lineup. Preston, number 4, Aaron Anderson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. VPL 1 round 6 action coming to you live from Kingston Heath Soccer Complex tonight as the Preston Lions take on the Bentleigh Greens for the first time in a league fixture since July 10th, 2005. So almost 2 decades in between drinks for these two clubs. Last time they met, a 5-2 Preston win at BT Connor Reserve, and Johnny Sapazovsky scored a double. Well, there's been a lot that's gone on in the intervening years. Bentleigh Greens became a powerhouse of the top flight in the 2010s, winning multiple league titles under Johnny Anastasiadis, but after last season's surprise relegation, they find themselves in VPL 1 under the tutelage of David Chick. And they've been struggling so far. Just 1 win in 5 games, a 7-1 defeat against Western United 2 weeks ago, and then a 2-1 loss to 10-man Northcote the week after. Again, David Chick makes changes. Sean Timmins, Luke Pavlu dropping out of the squad, and Lars Anton Conander to the bench. In come Perry Lambropoulos, Ryan Losty, and Javaro Nepomuceno. Andrew Withers, Josh Miller, James Doyle, Erdeniz Yildiz, Jay Davies, Tom Strickland, Ricky Foster-Hossaway and Scott Lockhead all retain their places, with Manasseh Abendelwa, Joffrey Lino and Benjamin McCauley staying on the bench, and the return of Kieran Dover and Jackson Morgan on the pine as well. Preston Lions, unsurprisingly, name an unchanged squad from that impressive performance against Kingston City last week. 2-1 the final score, but based on the chances generated, they deserve to win by a few more. So Matthew Symes between the sticks, Benji Leviticos, Aaron Anderson, Dean Larson and Jacob Kresnar make up the back four. A midfield of Marcus Schroen, Luke Jego and Luke Oresti, and a front three of Connor Bell, Will Bainham and Chock Dow. Just 2 changes and they come on the bench. Giorgio Serdenis returns to the fold, and it's a first appearance in a matchday squad this season for Nicholas Dibb, alongside Bon Scott, Dom Felino, Wesley Jubello and Brandon Lawton. Andrea Roxandich drops out of the squad this week, and Syed Fatemi is on international duty with Afghanistan. We're set to go here. Preston Lions in their red home strip, kicking from left to right. Bentleigh Greens, of course. What else in the green? My name is Josh Parrish, and on behalf of Preston, And on behalf of our matchday sponsor today, it's delight to bring you this action as Matthew Symes comes charging out of his area. The clearance is closed down by Ricky Foster-Hossaway. Fast start here at Kingston Heath. And the Bentleigh Greens fired up to atone for their form in the last few weeks. Our matchday sponsor today is LJ Hooker, Altona North. We thank them for their support of this broadcast. You can call Wally on 0432 049 161 at LJ Hooker, Altona North. It's Dean Larson going back to Matty Symes. Bit of an early scare with that ball over the top, but Preston looking to calm things down now. Bentleigh, one of the favourites for promotion this season, straight back up to the top flight. If you look at the names in their squad, as Connor Bell doesn't quite keep that one in by the byline. Nice idea from Benji Leviticos with the chip ball over the top. Got a squad with, not just brimming with top flight experience. Number of players making the move from Dandenong Thunder, where David Chick coached last season. Connor Bell goes back to Leviticos. Closed down by Nepomuceno. Leviticos can't keep it in play. This is Yildiz at left back who takes the throw. Davies trying to pick out that space between centre back and full back. Englishman is a real technical master with the ball at his feet. You can't give him time, Jay Davies. Chokdale running into traffic. Away from Davies. Now Anderson. This is Marcus Schroen, occupying a more conservative midfield role in the last 2 weeks. To stem his attacking instincts a tad, but he was excellent there. Gave Preston a lot of range of passing from that number 6 position, as well as a defensive steal and experience. Bell. Forced back to Symes. Now Dean Larson. Impressive on debut last week, the 21-year-old central defender. He's come across from the Central Coast Mariners. This is Anderson. Tidy ball into Leviticos. Play the simple option down the line for Bell, who hooks it in quickly for Will Bainham! And it's tipped onto the crossbar. A very nervy moment indeed for Andrew Withers in the Bentleigh Greens goal. And he will be thanking his lucky stars that searing volley from Will Bainham didn't sneak between his fingers. And Preston with the game's best chance so far. Will Bainham met that very sweetly indeed. Around the corner. Scott Lockhead, who's playing on the right-hand side, left-footed Kiwi winger. Foster Hossaway playing the central role up top this week in the absence of Cananda, who's dropped to the bench. Square for Nepomuceno, the Curaçao international. It's rare you get a player with this level with 50 international caps to his name, but that's exactly who Bentleigh have got their hands on in the off-season. This is Yildiz, low delivery to the near post, comfortably dealt with by Anderson. Nepomuceno playing at Melbourne Knights last year before dropping down a division. And I think that's a cone that's just been left on the pitch during the warm-up. And referee Max Hanlon frisbees it over to the supporter marshal on the touchline. We're back underway. Leviticos steps in. Dow coughs it up. Strickland couldn't find Hosawai. Great challenge from Dow, and he was fouled. Now Schroen looking for the quick switch. Spends a lot of time in the air, and Erdeniz Yildiz is able to get up underneath it. And Bentleigh playing with a bit of fire in the belly this week. Their performances have not matched the names on paper. Luke Jego pulling back Tom Strickland. Decent opportunity to send a ball in the box for Bentleigh, and Jay Davies, as usual, takes charge of the set pieces. It's short and quick, and it finds Nepomuceno, who will go at Leviticos towards the 6-yard box, headed up into the air by Larson, and Matthew Symes calls for the ball and distributes it quickly out to Chock Dow. Could Preston break here? A lot of green shirts retreating in a hurry. Dow shown very wide there, and Bentleigh able to get numbers back and recover. Kresnar thought about the short, quick one. He does pick out Chock Dow. It's rebounded back off the left back, and Preston won't get a corner despite the appeals. At the start of the season, you would have billed this as a titanic battle between two of the promotion favourites. Preston in 6th. Bentleigh sitting in 11th with only 1 win from 5. It has not followed the script, but it really does in truth. In the second tier of Victorian football, one of the most chaotic and unpredictable leagues you're likely to see anywhere in the world. Bentleigh have certainly found that out the hard way as Perry Lambropoulos goes to fetch this loose ball for a throw. Plenty of experience in the top flight as well. Largely as a bench player for South Melbourne over the years. Utility option. See the Savlaki smoke just blowing over the field now. Food van at the front of the complex doing a roaring trade tonight as Preston bring travelling numbers as usual. This is Luke Jego. For Connor Bell. Held up by Yildiz. Leviticos goes back to Anderson. Foster Hosawai was pressing his first touch. Kresnar. Early delivery, looking for Bainham in the box. Little wrestling match, and Will Bainham, as the whistle go against him, for his foul on, I believe it was Sean Timmins. Sorry, not Sean Timmins. I should correct myself there. In fact, it was Sean Timmins. Shouldn't have doubted myself. Here's Bentleigh in possession with Jay Davies. This is Ryan Losty. To Doyle. They're trying to build up from the back. Strickland, a slippery player in midfield, the Queenslander. Lockhead, out to Lambropoulos, and it breaks down. Now Schroen with plenty of time to build this attack gradually. Leviticos gives Luke Jego something to chase. Right down into the corner. Obscured by the players' race there, but Jego's effort was deflected. Foster Hossaway appealing for a free kick. Max Hanlon not interested. Again, a direct ball to the front line. Withers will clear. Just the one big moment in this game. Will Bainham's thunderous volley. Tipped onto the crossbar by very unsure Andrew Withers in the Bentleigh Greens goal. Came straight at his head really, but such was the power on it, it almost slipped in. Now here's Chocked out. Ball breaking kindly to him. The cutback is good. And Aresti sees his effort blocked. Now Kresnar. And that's straight at the goalkeeper. Preston making good headway down the flanks so far in the first 15 minutes of this game. Flicked on in the direction of Javaro Nepomuceno, and the flag's gone up. I think it was off the initial header rather than player it was flicked onto. Connor Bell ran out of room on the touchline there. Davies. It's a return off Yildiz. A little frenetic pace to this game so far. Anderson spies his options and picks a gap to find Schroen. Pressure from Strickland. And now Foster Hossaway winning it back for the Bentleigh Greens. This is Jay Davies. Disguises the pass out to Yildiz. Doesn't mind a trick and a flick and a step over, does Jay Davies. Timmins. Short to Losty. Now James Doyle with a bit of room. Clips it into a channel for Foster Hossaway. Just one in the box. Nepomuceno arriving as well. Meanwhile, Foster Hossaway marshalled away from danger. He knocks an early cross in. It's found Nepomuceno at the far post somehow. And Leviticos got in time, across in time to challenge, and then the first time shot from Strickland. Bentleigh's first real effort of the game flies over the crossbar. Again, a nervy moment there. It came off a Preston head, so no chance that Nepomuceno would have been offside at the far post. And he just took too long to set his feet, and Leviticos got a foot in before he could shoot. Now the Bentleigh high press reaps rewards, but not for long. Bainham with the interception. Now Schroen. Kresnar for Chocked out. Again, really good pace to this game. Oh, Luke Jego. An aerial pass back to Matthew Symes. Nothing that Preston's #1 can't deal with. doubt that was the trajectory that Luke Jego intended. Anderson gives Leviticos too much to do there. Here's Lockhead, who's switched flanks. Yildiz knocks it forwards. Wrestling match on between Larson and Foster Hossaway. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Bainham. Connor Bell. Aresti. It's a simple option back in Leviticos. Chock down. Popped up in a pocket, slightly infield from his usual wide position. Leviticos. Aresti around the corner. Straight back to Yildiz. And Aresti just a little bit late. Yildiz leaves a leg dangling, waiting for the contact, and Bentleigh have an easy out. Doyle. Long ball into space. Foster Hossaway. Was that a handball? Off the Bentleigh front man. Perhaps not. Strickland skies it again. Well, Foster Hossaway is a threat with his pace and physicality up top. Electric for FC Bulleen Lions over the past 2 seasons, I believe. Regular goal scorer at the Veneto club before Bentleigh poached him in the off-season. Anderson looking for Bell. Withers, long way from home. Jego, open goal. But it was a tough shot to take first time. I don't think it was a shot at all, in fact. Davies. Clearance falls very short. This is Schroen. Kresnar. Here, David Schick screaming from the Bentleigh bench all the way over the other side of the pitch. You can hear him yelling for his side to get up. Try and get the defensive line high. Leviticos. Little tangle with Lockhead. Official saw nothing wrong with it. Connor Bell. Preston will get a retake here. Leviticos looking for Bainham in the penalty area. Well contested by the towering James Doyle. Larson. Early ball looking for Bell, but it's a bit of a floater rather than curling into his path, and Withers able to pick it off. Oh. Timmins and Bell getting in a real tangle there. Connor Bell sending him for a sixer. Just a free kick is the verdict. Looked like a judo throw from Connor Bell. Grappling with each other already. Andrew Withers pumps it long. Anderson's header. Arresti in the wrong direction. Kresnar's header is short. Nepomuceno! And Bentleigh take the lead. A long ball not dealt with. And Javaro Nepomuceno has his first goal for the Bentleigh Greens. After a promising start, Preston come apart at the seams there. There were multiple opportunities to clear the danger. That will be a frustrating one to concede for Louis Atsevsky and his coaching staff. What a confidence boost for Bentleigh after the 2 weeks they've had. Now there's an injury problem right in front of the Bentleigh bench, and we'll have a stoppage. It was well contested by Foster Hossaway and just dropped in a corridor of uncertainty between defence and midfield. The header from Arresti, then Kresnar, and then Javaro Nepomuceno pounced on the loose ball and was able to finish past Matthew Symes. Preston goalkeeper got a hand to it. So Bentleigh's number 92 gets his first goal for the club. Well, finally, the treatment is complete. Scott Lockhead who had the problem. And we're back underway after a substantial delay following that goal. Arresti spins his man, couldn't keep it in play. Bentleigh's first real chance of the game after two speculators from outside the area from Tom Strickland. Bainham with his back to goal. Crowded out, but Preston gained some territory with the throw. Dow back to Kresnar. Looping ball into the box. Bell. Strickland hacks it clear. Now Foster Hossaway. Trying to run a one-man break. Oh, and Preston, just as they're away on the attack, whistle goes against Jacob Kresnar, I think. Again, another long ball over the top. Matthew Symes has to play sweeper keeper. Lambropoulos. And then Lockhead is down again. You can see on the fourth officials board on the far side, Scott Lockhead's number is up in red lettering. They were about to bring on Jackson Morgan, and they might still bring him on. Looks like they're preparing the change now, or at least sending Morgan for some more warm-ups after that. Scott Lockhead down again, and now they will have to make that substitution. You wonder whether he always knew he was coming off. Just trying to milk the clock while Jackson Morgan got warmed up again. Tonight's match, round 6 action in VPL 1 Victoria, brought to you by our matchday sponsor LJ Hooker Altona North. You could call Wally on 0432 049 161 for all your real estate needs. Now that substitution will finally take place. Scott Lockhead cutting a forlorn figure as the winger heads towards the touchline, and Jackson Morgan, who's played in all sorts of positions for Bentleigh, even over the course of the start of this season. He's playing right fullback in round 1 against Langwarrin, which didn't go particularly well. Going to take his more natural spot in the middle of the midfield, with Strickland moving into a wide position. Kresnar makes it high and long. Bainham spin his way out of traffic. It's going to be a Preston throw, or perhaps a booking. Just a talking to for Perry Lambropoulos. Bainham. Good fight, first time ball to find Connor Bell. Schroen. Dean Larson now. Kresnar. Good one-touch football involving Chocdow, and Kresnar hooks it goalwards. It's blocked en route. Leviticos. Will Bainham skips past. Erden his yield is. Hooks it into the traffic, and Connor Bell with a fresh airy. Schroen. Dow is onside. Schroen again. Lofted switch of play. Leviticos up for the header. Won the ball cleanly. And the two players helping each other back to their feet, which is good to see. Will Bainham wants it, and Will Bainham will get it. Knocks it down off the chest. Connor Bell. Leviticos to cross. And Bainham will see that behind for the first corner of the game. It's taken half an hour for one to arise. Kresnar will take a left-footed in swinger. Larson and Anderson crowding Andrew Withers in the 6-yard box. Well, Bainham looking to get a run at the ball, so too Marcus Schroen. It's Jackson Morgan's header away. Leviticos, long high diagonal. Lambropoulos is a little unsure. So too Davies. Nepomuceno. Lambropoulos away from trouble. Uncontested for Luke Jego. Dean Larson attacking that loose ball. Calmly done by the goal scorer, Nepomuceno. Plenty of time for Jacob Kresnar. First touch out of the sky is a little heavy. And now Ricky Foster-Hosawai. Oh, Aaron Anderson thought he got the ball there. Wondering what on earth is going on here. Yellow card for Jacob Kresnar. Well, it must have been a late challenge off the initial pass and not for that collision involving Foster-Hosawai and Aaron Anderson. Yildiz. Timmins. Ryan Losty. Losty. Down. Bainham helps it on. Arresti, and Connor Bell is offside. Howls of protest from the Preston players. It was a beautifully weighted through ball from Luke Arresti. Losty. James Doyle. Withers. Kresnar ran it into touch. Anderson. Looking for the big switch, and it's perfectly measured to Chock Dow. Dow, in swinging delivery, he was looking for Bainham. Just a little under hit. Morgan skips past Trowan. Chips it into the channel, but it's over hit for Javara Nepomuceno. Nepomuceno is a very skillful player, but in terms of wingers, outright pace is not really his bag of tricks. Leviticos turns it round the corner. Well worked for Connor Bell. Bell has Bainham in the middle. It's Bell looking for Will Bainham. It's gathered comfortably by Withers. Just couldn't connect at the near post. It's a really well-constructed attack from Preston, and just down to the final ball and execution. Davies was first to that one. Nepomuceno. Aresti's challenge on Nepomuceno was fair. Losty. Shout for handball, and it's paid. Leviticos looking for Jago. Again, trying that little triangle. Under hit from Luke Jago. Now Foster Hossaway to the byline. And goal kick. Or was it? Well, the referee seemed to initially signal for a goal kick. Maybe advice from the linesman. It's going to be a Bentleigh corner. It's Jay Davies. Can he make the dead ball come to life? Davies, in swinger, headed away by Larson. Dow, well contested. Connor Bell. Shoved over by the Yildiz. It was a smart foul too to stop the Preston counter. Larson. Trowan. Worked out to Anderson, and Leviticos is in space. And Bainham wants it in the box early, and he gets it, but it might drop for Will Bainham! And Preston are level. The early in-swinging cross from Benjamin Leviticos was not dealt with at all by the Bentleigh Greens. And you can't give Will Bainham a chance like that and expect to live to tell the tale. Preston back level. Bainham with his second goal in the space of 3 games. Well, much like Bentleigh's opening goal comes as the result of an errant defensive header. But Will Bainham made no mistake. Slams it into the bottom corner. Absolutely no chance for Withers. Now Bentleigh on the attack. Lambropoulos cuts it back for Nepomuceno. Schroen, well defended. Jackson Morgan now. Davies. A really good recovery from Preston there. They were stretched and they got back organised in a hurry and shut off all attacking avenues. Bainham cops a little shove, but it goes unpunished. This is Luke Jego, space to pick a pass. Connor Bell, 1v1 against Yildiz. Bell lifts it to the back post. It's a little long, a little high for Luke Aresti. But a second chance on now for Kresna. Chip delivery. James Doyle away, Marcus Schroen. Wouldn't sit for him for the shot. Instead he goes wide to Luke Aresti. Sean Timmins gets something on that. A hair's breadth perhaps, but it's enough to half clear the danger. Yildiz doesn't want to concede the corner. Instead it's only a throw. Good patch of play from Preston and Schroen. Bainham trying to get back on side. The trajectory was all off. David Chick showing a couple of nice touches in the Bentleigh technical area, I must say. Former player, of course. Actually played under Louis Etsevsky at Hume City, so the two know each other well. Lambropoulos, early delivery. Nepomuceno. Just over a minute to play until half-time. Morgan. High ball into the box. This is Luke Jego. Jackson Morgan wins it back. Now Davies for Strickland. Strickland swarmed. And then Connor Bell. Can't believe the whistle's gone against him there. But that is a free kick in a great position for a player like Jay Davies to try and beat the wall. Unless it's some sort of trick rehearsed short routine, I'd put my money on Jay Davies shooting from here. Nepomuceno is pretty handy on dead balls as well. Scored a belter of a free kick for Melbourne Knights in the early rounds of NPL Victoria last season. 3 in the wall for Preston. And this will be Jay Davies, and he strikes it low. Disappointing end product from the Englishman. Morgan. Luke Jego away. Well, It's been a very absorbing contest so far. Bentleigh starting to play like the team we know they are, instead of the fairly disorganised side that has rocked up in recent weeks. Absolutely brimming with quality and with big names. Yildiz. Kresnar turns it out for a throw. Into first half stoppage time here. We will have a few minutes added for that Scott Lockhead injury. Going to send Sean Timmins forward for the throw here. James Doyle too. Long throw doesn't come off. And Bentleigh just out of shape for a moment here. Going to send it long. Kresnar. Well judged. Dow. For Schroen. Jago, a little heavy off the boot. Anderson. Preston have clawed their way back into this contest. Sean Timmins. So it's 1-0 to Kingston City over at Dunstan Reserve. This is Tom Strickland. Scoreless between Werribee City and Langwarrin. And the other fixture in VPL 1 this evening, but that will be half-time. What an intriguing first 45. It was Javaro Nepomuceno who capitalised on some hesitant defending in the Preston backline early on and powered it past Matthew Symes despite the Preston goalkeeper managing to get a touch on it. It wasn't enough. Preston have clawed their way back into the contest. Eventually, after wave of pressure, it was rather gifted to Will Bainham. A high speculative cross from Benji Leviticos, falling straight into the path of Will Bainham after a botched defensive header. He knocks it in for his second Preston goal in the space of 3 games, and we're all square at Kingston Heath Soccer Complex at halftime. Plenty to discuss for both coaching staffs. We'll take a short break here on the Preston Lions live stream, brought to you by LJ Hooker, Altona North. A halftime score here in Melbourne Southeast is Bentleigh Greens 1, Preston Lions 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Kingston Heath Soccer Complex is the venue. The halftime score: Bentleigh Greens 1, Preston Lions 1. Javaro Nepomuceno opening the scoring after a defensive mix-up and a similarly botched defensive header, gifting Will Bainham his second goal of the season. Preston were out early, taking their positions. Bentleigh with a pre-half huddle, led by James Doyle, the captain. And we're away again. There's Jackson Morgan. Pressured by Aresti. Send it back to Withers. Today's broadcast brought to you by LJ Hooker, Altona North. And you can call Wally on 0432 049 161 for all your real estate needs. We thank them and all of our Preston sponsors for their loyal support of our great club. Another sizable away following. A long way from Reservoir. Plenty of loyal Preston fans have made the pilgrimage down to the southeast of Melbourne. The game started at a frenetic pace, which dimmed a little bit as the half wore on. Imagine we'll get a similar burst of energy as Luke Jego tried to slip Connor Bell through. Bell was through on goal in the first half, ruled offside. Here he is, looking for Leviticos, who wins the ball back. Jego drives it in low. James Doyle, first time punt clear. That's straight to Ricky Foster-Hossaway, who lays it off for Jay Davies. And now here's Nepomuceno, prompting the run of Perry Lambropoulos. Up against Chock Dow. And Dow turns it behind for a corner. To have a correction to make at the break. Number 27 for the Bentleigh Greens has changed his shirt number. It is, in fact, Josh Miller who is playing centre-back. Sean Timmins not included in the squad today. They've perhaps swapped numbers, but Josh Miller makes his way forward from the back. As Bentleigh whipped the corner into the penalty spot, and Foster-Hossaway rises highest and glances it into the top corner. And Bentleigh get an early reward here in the second half. Well, it was a superb delivery and an even better header from Ricky Foster-Hossaway. And Preston find themselves 2-1 down. Just 3 minutes into the second period. That's his first goal for the club. By no means his first goal in this division. He's been a prolific scorer for years. Outstanding for FC Bulleen Lions, particularly in the second half of the last season. Now here at Kingston Heath, Ricky Foster-Hossaway makes his presence felt. This is Jacob Kresner. Chock Dow, Aresti trying to collect it on the spin. It was fired at him at a pace. Larson. Schroen. Aresti for Kresner. Good combination play to set Chock Dow free down the left. Kresner's free for the cutback. Tries to slide it through. James Doyle, full-blooded challenge. Aaron Anderson fires it into Will Bainham. Connor Bell trying to pounce on a loose ball. Josh Miller eventually rides the challenge and plays his way out of trouble. Early setback for Preston in this second half, but you can See the urgency with which they've responded. It's Luke Jego. Shove on Tom Strickland, and the whistle is greeted with howls of derision from the travelling supporters. Miller. Losty, who's represented Eastern Lions and Green Gully, and actually played his football second half of last season with Bayside Argonauts down in the state leagues, but he's recalled to the top structures, and it's him who gives the ball away, Ryan Losty, and now it's Choctaw. Choctaw's layoff was slightly behind Luke Jego. Retreating Tom Strickland, able to make the challenge. Huge chance going begging for Preston there. Choctaw knows he could have done better. Leviticos. Yildiz into touch. Quickly taken throw for Schroen. Looking for Choctaw at the back stick, and Withers opts to punch. Lambropoulos. Foster Hossuai. Dean Larson, well defended. Hossuai is so dangerous in those situations. Good portion of his goals last season came in those counter-attacking situations where he's isolated against one or two defenders with space to run into. Was Jego collected late? He was. Josh Miller's not a fan of the call, but Preston have a set-piece chance. A good attacking position here. Fresner and Oresti standing over this one. It's going to be the right foot of Oresti. Bainham attacking it. Anderson too. No significant contact from the attackers. Doyle feeds it up the line. Nepomuceno. Jego nearly taking out a spectator there. Good reflexes. Wonder if the Bentleigh women's team need a goalkeeper. Enter the women's top flight for the first time this season. Newly rebadged as Bentleigh Greens rather than Bayside United, who were a team playing out of this venue last season. Officially merged together as one club. Will be among Preston Lions' senior women's opponents this season. They kick off their season tomorrow night at the Veneto Club. It's their old rivals, Burundara Eagles. Make sure you get down and support our Lionesses this season as well. Exciting young squad assembled by Dan Foden with aspirations of finals football in their second season in the top division of the women's leagues in Victoria. Leviticos. Oresti. Bell copped a stray arm to the face there, and the whistle goes. And a yellow ticket coming out for the incredulous Ryan Losty. Well, a really unnecessary foul. Great opportunity for Preston. Would Marcus Schroen fancy a shot from here with the left boot? Certainly a good position to swing the ball in towards the back stick, and if it makes its way in of its own accord, then all the better. Two players in the Bentleigh wall. Will Bainham perched at the far stick. Schroen sails over everybody. Missed opportunity. Well, you always expected they'd come good at some point, Bentleigh. Have one eye-catching performance in a 4-2 win away to FC Bentleigh Lions at the Veneto Club earlier this season. Now they're playing more like the side they resemble on paper. Morgan. Flipping the heels of Schroen, but Kresnar, very calmly done. Brilliant touch from Jacob Kresnar there. It was an unenviable situation with the ball coming at him at some velocity. Clipped ball, can't find Bainham. Schroen. Connor Bell. Off the chest. Closely marshalled by Yildiz. Aaron Anderson, it's time to take a touch. Luke Jago. How about that for a ball from Luke Jago? And now Connor Bell twisting and turning. Leviticos. Was he fouled? So the appeals coming from the Preston substitute who was warming up. I think that's Wesley Gibello out there. Be going through his paces alongside Manasseh Abendelwa of the Bentleigh Greens. See what changes Wojciechowski decides to make in this second half to try and flip the game back in Preston's favour after they've twice gone behind here. Kresnar, closed down by Morgan. Losty for Strickland. Picks out a gap to find Nepomuceno just about. Morgan plays the safer ball back to Doyle. Josh Miller getting himself in a bit of bother, but gets it to Withers in time and then chocked out. Applying the pressure, forcing the mistake. Preston want to keep the pace high. Kresnar. Chance for an early cross. It's a floater and it's straight to Withers. Well, there's a half a shout from the travelling supporters for a goal there. As Withers took a backward step as he claimed that ball. Larson. Very confidently done. Dean Larson. Bainham helps it on for Chock Dow. Did Dow have his heels clipped there? Protests continue. Bainham. Jago. Jago looking for an option in the middle. Clips it in towards Bainham. Just cropped up a little high for him to strike on the spin. Lambropoulos, I think, who's down. Might require treatment. Aresti knocks it over the top for Chalk Dow. Withers coming outside his box, and it's the DeCanio style volley on the clearance off Kresnar. Lambropoulos. Nepomuceno. Davies. James Doyle prompts the run of Tom Strickland, and that's a great ball for Strickland! And he's denied by Matthew Symes. Now Preston down the other end, perhaps with Jago. And Connor Bell clips it in front post for Will Bainham, who can't make significant contact. He thumps the ground in frustration. Play will be paused for a double substitution for Preston. Off comes Luca Aresti. Brandon Lawton in as a midfield reinforcement. Looks like Connor Bell might be coming off. It was a bit of a surprise, but Wesley Gibello in on the right-hand side to make an impact. And he's got half an hour to do so. This game is going end to end in an instant. Don't take your eyes off this one. Chalk Down finds his way infield, running into traffic with Morgan. Anderson punches it into Lawton. Great pass. Lawton. Gibello gets it back from Jago and strikes. It's a tame effort, and it's straight at Andrew Withers. Now Bentleigh thinking about a change. Looks like Nepomuceno is going to come off. One of the goal scorers. Gibello, one to chase up the line. Gibello. Bainham. Miller. Couldn't keep it in play. It'd come off a Bentleigh player last, and it's a Preston corner. And Bentleigh won't make a substitution while they're defending a corner here. Can Jacob Kresnar produce? Movement from Bainham in the box. It's into a crowded 6-yard box. Preston can't quite force it goalwards. Oh, that's a late challenge. Tom Strickland flying in. He thought he got the ball fairly. Will escape without a booking. The left-footed delivery again. Kresnar's ball. It's again straight to the goalkeeper. Travelling fans trying to lift their team. Preston trailing in a game where perhaps they don't deserve to be, but Bentleigh have taken their chances. Foster Hossaway, surely offside here. No flag. unless Leviticos was playing him on. Foster Hosawai went pretty early there. Anderson. Cushioned header from Jago is a good one. Gets it back from Gibello. Wesley Gibello. The final ball is off. It's a great build-up between Jago and Gibello. Now Jago's ball across the area to no one in particular.
Go 92.
And Nepomuceno just doesn't have the legs. I think they're going to bring him off soon. Experienced Curaçao international. Looks to be tiring in this second half. Chopped out. Clips it into the area. And a big shout for handball. Did that strike an arm? James Doyle jogging away from the scene of the crime. Fans behind the goal were sure. Will Bainham was certain. Maybe no one could see from the referee's angle. Kresnar's ball. Bainham. Will Bainham making a nuisance of himself. And Luke Jago slots it in the corner for his first goal for the Preston Lions. Preston level. Well, they've worked hard for that equalising goal. And credit Will Bainham. He put himself about in the box. He made an easy clearance into a Preston goal. We've got substitutions up for Bentleigh. It's a double change. Nepomuceno, who couldn't keep up with play in that last passage, he's coming off to be replaced by Manasseh Abendelwa. And they're replacing both goal scorers here, with Joffrey Lino coming on to replace Ricky Foster Hosawai. Bainham's endless work rate, his hustle and bustle in the box, created that goal. Luke Jago, when the chance fell to him, made no mistake. Strickland. Tries he might, couldn't keep it. Thunders into that challenge on Kresnar though, and wins it back for Bentleigh. Morgan. It's getting pretty physical out there. Big slide from Davies. He wins the ball cleanly and just as well. Down. Kresnar. Real urgency, bit of confidence too in this Preston attack. Big collision, but a fair one. And then Trowan getting in a tangle with Lino. Just locked his leg up, and Leviticos and Morgan getting into it. Lino and Leviticos squaring off. Gibello sends Benji back to his right back slot. Oh, tempers simmering. So much on the line for both teams tonight. It's been a breathless second half. Bentleigh taking the lead again early, but again Preston find the resolve and find the equaliser, just as they did in the first. Gibello held back cynically. Yellow card for Yildiz. Max Hanlon insisting on that being taken from the correct spot. Lawton. Anderson striding forward in possession, finding Leviticos. Fed down the line for Wesley Gibello. Just well to win a throw. Bainham. Laid off. It'll drop for Jago. Oh, they got in each other's way. Deary me. Luke Jago and Wesley Gibello having a swing at the same ball there. It seems like they put each other off. Doyle. Withers. Bentleigh play their way out of the press that time. Lambropoulos for Doyle. Lawton, fresh legs in midfield, hot on the heels of Davies. Jago couldn't get to Josh Miller in time. Morgan feeding Manasseh Abendelwa, his first chance to run with the ball. The substitute, he strikes for goal. No way past Anderson. Davies, Abendelwa, Lawton in the way, Gibello. Harries a ball in towards Bainham, it won't reach him. Doyle. Larson caught with the ball and Joffrey Lino trying to craft something. Threw himself to the ground rather theatrically. And now here goes Will Bainham. The flag is up. Well, he buried it. Great finish from Will Bainham, but it won't count. Bit of shooting practice. No harm in that. That's a cracking finish. Let's see what he had in mind. Assistant referee hadn't ruled him the wrong side. Abendelwa, tricky winger off the bench. Miller. Doyle. Davies getting in the ball more in the last few minutes. It's a rather quiet night, Jay Davies, but a bit of space to operate, and he's a master technically. Many years at Green Gully, of course. Larson. Morgan. Doyle. Look towards Lino. It's off Joffrey Lino. Down. Takes on Losty and beats him. Jago. Feeding Leviticos. And now here's Wesley Gibello. Just glided past one defender and cross is slammed into Ryan Lostian behind for a Preston corner. And the away fans haven't let up through this second half. noise has been fantastic. Kresnar's delivery. Bainham was in the mix. Losty limping away. Good footwork from Kresnar. And now Marcus Schroen couldn't get purchase on the header. Just a little bit too much air underneath the cross, perhaps. Schroen couldn't generate the power he was looking for. He's very good in the air. Tends to time his jump really well. He's got height on his side as far as the central midfielder goes, but it's more the technique and the timing. Lawton. Schroen. Picking out Chock Dow. Just muscled off it by James Doyle. Losty. Lambropoulos. Anderson. Jego. Just second to that one. It's a big clash of bodies. Luke Jego is going to get a yellow card. Slightly unfortunate, but certainly warranted with the severity of the collision, although he's come off a little worse for wear as well. Maybe knee to knee. Josh Miller down in a heap. Have more changes for Preston, and this is the first appearance of the season for Nicholas Dibb. Replacing Luke Jego, who just received the yellow card and a hefty knock to boot. Great to see Luke Jego get his first goal for Preston, and great to see Nick Dibb back in the first team mix after pre-season injury and a few games with the under-23s. Leviticos. Bentleigh. Brought down by Lambropoulos. Now here's Tom Strickland. Big collision involving Schroen. The whistle goes Bentleigh's way. Just outside the corner of the penalty area there. Jay Davies standing over this one. In fact, going to switch it up and let Yildiz take a left footer. 10 minutes to play at Kingston Heath. Locked at 2-2 after a thrilling contest. It's really come to life in the second half in particular. Yildiz. The delivery was on the money. Clipped in by Strickland. There's a flag up for offside, and this Bentleigh attack won't continue. Denny's Yildiz limping back to his spot at left back. And we're back underway with Anderson looking for Leviticos. Frustration on the Preston bench as that pass goes astray. Flicked on by Morgan. Lino. Now Bentleigh. Leviticos flying past him to capitalise on the loose ball. Science. Coolly done. Did Lawton run out of real estate? He did. David Chick leading the appeals on the edge of his technical area. Davies. Return to Yildiz. Bentleigh. They work it across the pitch, Bentleigh. Strickland. Lambropoulos. Morgan with a bit of room, but decides to square it for Losty. James Doyle up from centre back. Making a tearing run down the right and then pulling up with maybe a lower ankle or lower leg injury. That will require treatment. Both sides have one substitution window remaining. Dom Felino and Giorgio Serdenis on the bench still for Preston. Looks like Bentleigh might have a change coming. Kieran Dover still to make his entrance. Lars Anton Cananda in reserve as well. Well, this is a worry for Bentleigh because to lose their captain and central defender would mean a big reshuffle, and they do not have, as far as I can tell, a natural replacement on the bench. Maybe Ryan Losty could drop in there. Jackson Morgan seems to be covering for the time being, and he did play in defence in round one, albeit at fullback. Nick Dibb sprinting across the pitch to get some instructions from assistant coach Christian Kristevski. We've given you a flavour of what those might be after he was mic'd up in the last game. And this is going to require a stretcher for James Doyle. It looked so innocuous when he went down. That's really nasty news for the Bentleigh captain. Jock Dow's going to come off for Preston. So a substitution here for the away side. Bentleigh down a man as we restart. Giorgio Serdenis has made his entrance. He's going to play off the left rather than as a central striker. Davies. All the way back to Withers. Botched clearance from Withers. Bentleigh ball. Preston not happy. Bentleigh has hit the deck. So Kieran Dover has been introduced for Bentleigh. They have made a change. Certainly not like for like. Jackson Morgan drops back into central defence to deputise, and Kieran Dover will play in an advanced midfield role. Melbourne Victory product, who's played at a handful of top flight clubs, including Dandenong Thunder last season. Serdenis. Larson goes back to Symes. So we're back at 11 v 11, but Preston look to exploit Morgan in central defence. He's not a natural centre-back. Bentleigh. Midfield collision. Oh, that's a late tackle from Leviticos. Lawton is called over for his earlier foul, perhaps. Still warning. No further action towards Leviticos. Chance for Davies to swing a ball into the penalty area. Momentum of this game broken up by these injury stoppages. Yildiz rolls it short for Davies. Jay Davies disguises the pass. Out to Bentleigh, who will run at Leviticos. Bentleigh. Low cross is deflected. Miller went straight through his man. No whistle. Well, I think the officials have missed that one. Strickland was almost behind play by the time the challenge came in. Bentleigh. There's a foul picked out for something or other, maybe upper body contact. Wasn't obvious, the infringement from our vantage point, right over on the opposite flank. This Bentleigh set piece is starting to mount up. Preston set up seemingly zonally off this free kick. Sending a very high line on the edge of their box. Misses everybody. Dropped for Bainham at the far stick, who was trying really to get out of the way of it so he didn't send it into his own goal. Kresnar was able to hack that one clear. And 6 minutes is going to go up on the board. We've had plenty of stoppages in this second half for injury, especially that James Doyle ankle injury, it seems, which required the stretcher. Dibb measures a clip pass out to Gibello. Now Lawton swings it in early. Sir Dennis, Giorgio Sir Dennis brought it down. Sees his efforts smothered. Kresnar. Sir Dennis. Referee having to dodge out of the way. Lawton. Ball spills to Kresnar. This game on a knife edge in stoppage time. Leviticos. High breaking clearance. Lino will try and make something of it. No luck. And Anderson retakes quickly. Larson. Preston are not going to die wondering. Bentleigh could be in on the break. Kieran Dover, the substitute. He's their top scorer this season. Very limited minutes today. He went to grounds. Sir Dennis to run. He's got some fresh legs here on the left. Taking on Perry Lambropoulos. Sir Dennis. Half decent ball, but just behind the run of Marcus Schroen. Lawton. Cushions it for Kresnar. Knocked into space for Kresnar. Does he have the legs to get there? Kresnar on the slide. Withers advancing. Can collect. Withers. There's plenty of distance on it. Second ball dropping to Bentley's midfield, but Lawton across in time. Joffrey Lino. Dover. Manasseh Abendelwa throws a step over. Around the outside, Abendelwa. And it needed a touch from Matthew Symes. Well, you can feel the tension in the crowd here. Three minutes to play. Plus whatever additional time the referee might choose to add, as he has a word with Jackson Morgan. Dover's in-swinger. Away by Schroen, important defensive header. And then a shanked clearance. Just behind play, Will Bainham limping a touch. Lambropoulos. Strickland. Leviticos. Strickland down in a heap, but as he realises the whistle's not going to go, springs back up. Kresnar brilliantly kept in play. And Bainham putting the pressure on. Get the ball back. 90 seconds. remaining in stoppage time. Preston have twice wrenched themselves level. Could they find a winner? Not that time. It's Nicholas Dibb who brought it down. Didn't have time to strike before the clearance came through. Gibello climbing, helping it on. Nick Dibb. Cleared by Bentleigh. Off Preston, according to the linesman. .40 now. Leviticos into touch. Time running out for both teams to find a winning goal. Bentleigh on the attack. Lino. Free kick for Bentleigh. They might have the last chance. Now Will Bainham has to sprint back and defend here. All 11 Preston players behind the ball, manning their own box. This will be the last action of the night. Jay Davies, what can he produce? It's Kieran Dover! And Bentleigh have won it with the last touch of the game. Kieran Dover. Heartbreak for Preston. The free kick from Davies was inch perfect. And the substitute, Kieran Dover, finds a pocket of space to head across goal for his 4th of the season. And Bentleigh lead for the 3rd time in this game. Will Preston have any time off the kickoff? This has to go long. Kresnar. Bentleigh get it clear, and that's full time. And Preston go down in the most heart-wrenching of circumstances. An absolute gut punch in the final minute. Kieran Dover, the hero. Well, he only came on because James Doyle, his captain, went down with an injury. Preston twice fought their way back from 2 goals down, or a goal down in either half, I should say. Javaro Nepomuceno scoring in the first half. Will Bainham capitalising on a loose ball in the box to equalise. It was all square at half-time again. The first 2 minutes of the second half. A towering header from Ricky Foster-Hossaway. But Preston fought back and found the leveller through Luke Jego's first goal for the club. But it all hinged on the final set piece of the night. And Kieran Dover pops up with the header in a crowded penalty area to give Bentleigh Greens a win that they've been desperate for this season. And send Preston home empty-handed. A heartbreaking defeat for the Preston Lions on the road. Thank you for joining us here on the Preston Lions live stream. It's been a thrilling contest. We'd like to thank LJ Hooker, Altona North, our matchday sponsor. Of course, all of our Preston sponsors who've supported the club. this season, and especially the travelling fans who made such noise over on the far side on the hill and all around the ground. We'll sign off here on the Preston Lions live stream. My name is Josh Parrish, and on behalf of the club and from On-Flow Media, it is goodbye for now. The final score from Kingston Heath Soccer Complex is Bentleigh Greens 3, Preston Lions 2.